Very good morning, all of you, and welcome to Unacademy. Yes, very good morning to everyone, and welcome. Yes, welcome to Unacademy. So nice to have you all here again. Okay, so now let me tell you what my topic for today is going to be. My topic for today is going to be clauses and some common errors. Yes, we make mistakes. What is errors? We make a lot of mistakes, and that is some common errors. So we are going to deal with clauses and what we are going to deal with some common errors today. So this is again going to be a very interesting topic. Okay, before moving on to our topic, let me tell you something about Unacademy. First of all, I'm going to introduce myself. Yes, my name is Meeta Surti, and I have been mentoring lots of students, like say about 20,000 students for GATE and ESE and yet now the state public service commissions. Okay, now my experience with the students of GATE has been around 4+ years. Yes, students for GATE 4+ years, and an overall experience of 12 years of teaching. Is teaching is a hobby, and yes, I love to be with my students all the time, training them, guiding them, motivating them, counseling them, and again, I am also a British Council certified coach for IELTS, and subjects that I take are English and Aptitude. Okay, so now let me move on to my courses. We have Plus and Iconic. Now, today I'm going to take a turn, and I'm going to talk about my Iconic courses first, and then I'm going to move on to my Plus courses. Now, as I say every day, Iconic has a lot extra. Yes, it has a lot extra than the Plus. What does Iconic have? It will be having personal coach, it has a study planner, study booster sessions, personalized test analysis, which is very important, um, and preparatory study material. Yes, preparatory study material. And imagine to have a personal coach. Yes, to have one-to-one. Ahmad, good morning. Yes, Rizwan Ahmad, this is your first class. I am extremely happy to have you here, and welcome to my class, Ahmad. And I just told that I'm going to do clauses today. Okay, so as I was talking about Iconic, yes, and now when I said Iconic has something extra, Plus has a little bit less than Iconic, but yes, it has a real lot to offer. It has live classes, crash courses, weekly tests. Yes, weekly test, doubt solving, which is very important. Solving doubts is really very important for us, because if we have doubts and we don't have anyone to solve them, how are we going to know what is right, what is wrong? Okay, now we have sessions in English and Hindi. That is again one very good thing. And rank booster sessions. Yes, this is something really very important to have rank booster sessions. Now, as I say always, to get something, we have to give something. Yes, we have to give something, but at Unacademy, we don't have to give much. Yes, we don't have to give much. We just have to give a little bit. That's what. So for 12 months, that is one whole year, we are just paying 27 to 25. For 18 months, yes, 1.5 year, we are going to pay 34,650. And for 24 months, yes, 2 whole years, we are going to pay only 39,600. And yes, you do not have to forget my code. Yes, my code is Meeta S10. And as soon as you put my code, what are you going to get? You are going to get a discount. Yes, a discount of 10%. Yes, a 10% discount is what you get when you put my code. Now let us move on to the Iconic. That was for Plus. So now this is what you pay for the Iconic. For Iconic, for 12 months, you are going to pay just 45,000 to 25. And for 24 months, that is 2 years, 2 saal, pure 2 saal, you are going to pay only 66,600 for 2 full years. And here also, what are you going to do? You are going to put my code beta S10 and avail for a 10% discount. Yes, you are going to try 10% discount by putting in my code. Now, what do we have to offer? We have a complete package. What is my complete package to crack gate? Yes, your gate is voice is too very low. Okay, I'm trying to speak real loudly. There has been an issue, but yes, I'm trying to be loud. Let's see how far. I hope you can hear now. I'm trying to be very loud. Okay, just let me check my earphones if there is an issue. Just give me a minute, please. Okay. Now, what do we have? Let me take my ear. Okay. I hope this is going to make it better. Okay. So now, what do we have? Um, Fine. Is it better now? Yes, Alan. Nice to have you here. Nice to see you. Yes, discrete maths, computer network, theory of computation, operating systems by Satish Yadav sir, Pankaj sir, and Khalil sir, Malesham sir, Vishwadeep sir, and Arun Kumar sir. Yes, thank you so much. Okay, now what are we aiming? What is our aim? What is our aim? We are aiming for crack gate. Yes, when is it? In February. So we have less time and we are going to crack gate with the help of all of these. Yes, who are all these? Top educators of India. Yes, we have at Unacademy, we have the top educators from India who are going to help you with this. Now, what are you going to have? That's my channel. Yes, that's my very own channel, Computer Science. What are we going to have? Doubt clearing batches, aspire gate, rank booster sessions. Yes, that's going to be all what you are going to get and a lot more. Now let me see. What do you have to do? It's absolutely simple. What do you have to do is just download Unacademy. Yes, you are going to download Unacademy, and what are you going to do? Follow me. Yes, follow me on Unacademy. What is it? Unacademy.com at Meeta Surti. Try this, download the app, follow me, and we have wonderful sessions over here waiting for all of you every day. Yes, Telegram. Let's talk about Telegram. We have a lot of students on Telegram. This is what I say every day. So you got to join Telegram, and the URL for Telegram is going to be Unacademy Gate CS. Yes, Unacademy Gate CS, and you can join Telegram. Okay, now 10 channels. We have 10 whole channels. Yes, how many channels? Creatix Gate, which has EE, EC, NIN, an Academy, SSC, JE. I have an Academy Gate, ME, PIXE, Gate CE, Gate Telugu, Gate Electrical Junction, RRB, SE, Gate Questions, Engineering Pathshala, and my own computer science. Yes, follow computer science, join computer science, and you have a lot which computer science is going to offer. Now, first I'm going to do a small recap of what all I have been doing in all my lectures so far. What have I been doing? Okay, I have been, first of all, I started with GATE to make you explain what is GATE, how do you do the question answers, how do you approach each style of question that comes in GATE. After that, I started with parts of speech. Why did I start with grammar? Yes, it's very important to understand grammar before you get into anything, because if you know your grammar, you know how to give answers to the questions that come. So I did parts of speech. We have 8 parts of speech in all. After that, we did articles, which is a, and the. This is for all who have missed any of the lectures. You can go back to YouTube, look for Meeta Surti, and you will get all these lectures over there. Model auxiliaries, yes, it was a very important topic where we learned will, would, shall, should, can, could. Determiners, we did determiners over there. Indefinite pronouns, we did punctuations, yes. Something very important while writing, of course, and also while speaking. We need to speak with our punctuations and capitals. Yes, where do we put our capitals? Misused words. That was really interesting. Good afternoon, Shamida. Very good afternoon, and so nice to have you here. Shamida, so nice to have you here. Good afternoon. Okay, now misused words. We did this yesterday. We did misused words and phrases. So now that we know what are phrases, what are we going to do today? We are going to understand what are clauses. Okay, and yes, with clauses, I also have one something which is really nice. Every day I have one main topic and one small thing, punctuation, can versus can't. Yes, Vidima Das, so nice to have you here. Utkarsh, Prakash, yes. So nice to see all of you in the lecture. Good afternoon to everyone. And I always try to check my chat section and give answers to all of you. But sometimes it happens that I am in the flow of explaining something and I may miss out some of you. So do please excuse me for that. I do try my best to be with you here, each and everyone. Yes? Uh, okay, now as I said, we are going to do clauses today. So we are going to start with the noun clause. But before starting with the topic today, I want to be with all of you and have a chit chat. Yes, what is my topic for chit chat going to be today? And I want all your feeds in the chit chat. Yes, you can always give me answers and let us make it more interesting. My chit chat for today is going to be timetable. And why am I going to talk about timetable today? I'm going to talk about timetable today because I feel it's very important to set timetables. Yes, to set them is very important in life. Yes, in life. Not only for studies but timetables for life is also very important. I'm going to tell you why. Now, first, I'm going to talk about gate because gate is nearing. When is it? It's in February, and we are left with little time. Yes, we are left with little time for gate. So, why do we have to do this now? Okay. Um, now, why do we have to do these timetables? Uh, since we have a lot of things to do, what do? We end up saying, what is this common thing that we do? I am going to do this tomorrow. That is what we end up saying. We say, I will be doing this tomorrow. I don't have too much time today. Um, okay, now let me talk about myself first. Yes, when I was young, I also did most of the time, I did the same thing. I always thought that, okay, I have enough time. Let me do it tomorrow. And then what happens? That tomorrow never comes. And finally, what happens? Like if I'm appearing for gate, now I have just about 10 days left. I have just 10 days left, and then I realize that I have to do a lot. Yes, I have to do a lot. A lot is remaining still. So then what happens? I get into sorry, a panic situation. Yes, I get into a panic situation, and to avoid that panic situation, what do? We set up a timetable. So now this time we have still a month to go, and since we have a month to go, it's very important from now that we start putting up timetable. Yes, timetable. Now let me remind you something. We had timetable. When did we start with timetable? This happened when we were in school. Yes. So now when we were doing this in school, I always thought in school that I have suppose I am supposed to take my books. Yes, timetable was for what? Just to take books, so that I know which book to take when and when is the next period going to be. So that is what I had in my mind when I used to be in school. But when I grew up, when I came to know that a timetable in life to set up a routine is very important. Yes, especially when you are going to have some aim, some goal, and when we want to move towards the goal, What do? We set up timetables. Now I'm going to exactly tell you that when I put up a timetable, okay, when I'm going to set a timetable, I have 1 month to go. I still have a month to go, more than a month. Yes, I have more than a month to go. So what am I going to do? I am going to pick up all that I need to do. Like if I want to do general aptitude, and I have in that I have verbal, in that I have numerical. Apart from that, I have lots of other subjects which I need to finish before cracking gate. So now what am I going to do? First of all, when I said for general aptitude, you need to have at least 1 hour a day. Yes, 1 hour each day for general aptitude, so that you know you have a little bit to solve answers for verbal. You have a little bit time to set the numerical. Now, when you come over here to Unacademy, yes, you get everything on a platter. Everything is done by the educators and also me. Yes, in Saturday, Sunday, I am going to come up with two lectures, two important lectures with all the previous year questions. Now, when I am going to do previous year's questions in Saturday and Sunday, what am I going to teach you? I am going to tell you how to answer, how to get those answers, which is really important. How to get the answers, okay? How? This how is very, very important, because you know what the answer is, but uh, you have seen in the books, you see a lot of answers, but how do I get to those answers is really, really very important. And to get you near to how to get those answers each and every day, I am doing one important topic of grammar, which is taking you one step closer to how to answer. Now, as I said about timetables, so what you are going to do, you are going to put uh, a timetable and set it for all the days, so that you know what time to wake up, what time to start, what time to eat. Yes, you can make, of course, a few concessions. Yes, you can always treat yourself to a few concessions, but putting up a timetable is really, really going to be very helpful to all of you. So that was my little piece of advice. Yes, my little piece of advice for all of you. Now, as I said yesterday, how many of you were there yesterday? And how can we improve our pronunciation? Yes, Prakash, we can improve our pronunciations by repeatedly talking in English. Yes, we need to talk in English all the time, and then gradually, what happens if I pronounce a particular word wrong on a particular day? But again, when I speak of it the next time, when I check up the Google, when I check up the dictionary, yes, the dictionary is the best way to look up for pronunciations. And when I hear other people talking that word in a different way, I need to go and check why. Is the person wrong or am I wrong? Yes, you need to continuously keep a check on yourself to improve your pronunciations. Yes, so I hope I have given a nice answer to you. Okay, now moving on to that little piece of advice. Yesterday's lecture I was doing on words often misused and confused. In that I did the piece of advice. Now you know what have I given. You know exactly what I have given. This piece and not this piece. Okay. So now all of you who were here yesterday, they know very well which piece I was talking about. Okay. Now that was a little piece of advice for today. And now, in my every lecture, I am going to try and give you a little piece of advice, or maybe a little bit of motivation that you require now, because we just have 1 month. And what are we going to do? We all are going to crack gate. Yes, what is crack gate? What is gate? I say gate is the gate to success. Yes, it's a gate to success. Okay, so now let us get on to our topic for today. We are going to learn noun clauses. Okay, fine. Now I'm going to explain you what is noun clauses. Okay. Um, they expected to win the trophy. Now, whatever we want to do, We will do with examples. When we have examples, it is very easy to understand the whole thing. So every day I give a lot of importance to giving examples so that all of you know how to understand this. They expected to win the trophy. Now what am I asking? Win what? Expected to win the trophy. Now, expected what? Now I'm going to change this sentence a little bit and make it okay, this is they expected. Okay. They expected that they would win the trophy. Now, I'm adding that over here and the words that follow. So I'm going to put that, and this they would win, sorry, they would win the trophy is going to be my clause. Okay, that is going to be my clause. Okay, the first group of words. What is the first group of words? To win the trophy. Yes, to win the trophy. Now, this is the object of the verb expected. What is expected? To win the trophy, and therefore it does not doesn't do the work of a noun, since it has no subject and no predicate of its own. It is called a noun phrase. So now you have to understand what is the difference between a noun phrase and a noun clause. Now we are going to move on to what is a noun clause. Okay. Now the second group of words that they would win the trophy. Okay. What is my sentence? They expected that they would win the trophy. Okay. Now, the second group of words that they would win the trophy is also the object of the verb expected, and so does the work of a noun. But as it has a subject, yes, it has a subject and a predicate of its own, it is called a noun clause. So now I think for everyone is very clear what is the difference between a noun phrase and a noun clause. Fine. Now, noun clauses may be introduced by the following words. How do we introduce them into our sentences? The conjunction that. As we saw in the first sentence, what did we see? That we put that in the first sentence. So, it is, uh, yes, it is certain that he will come back home. It is certain that he will come back home. Okay. Now, that is the noun clause that I am adding that over here, and then I continue with the sentence that he will come home. Okay. So now what am I doing? Um, Let me try this way. Is it better that I talk without my earphones? Maybe my earphones have a problem. Yes, is it better that I'm doing without a earphone? Please let me know. Okay, so now that he will come back home. Okay, that was. Now we are going to move on to the interrogative pronouns, adjectives and adverbs together with if and whether. Okay, so as I said, interrogative. What is interrogative? Interrogative is asking questions. Yes, interrogative is asking questions. I forgot how many she asked for. Okay, do you know whether, that is if, do you know if she is attending the party tonight? Or what is it? Do you know whether she is attending the party tonight? So I can add my if also and my whether also and make it a question. Do you know whether she is attending the party tonight? Or is she? Okay, now a noun clause. How can we use a noun clause? Okay, how can we use a noun clause? As the subject of a sentence. Yes, we can use the noun clause as the subject of a sentence. Whether he will join us is uncertain, and where he works is not known to anyone. No one knows. So this is what the subject of the sentence, whether and where. When we add this, we can make them a noun clause. Okay, moving on to the next one. As the object of a transitive verb, no one knows who stole the chain. And another example for this is, ask the peon if the manager is in his office. Now I'm adding the if the manager is in his office and making it a clause. Now, as the object of a preposition. Now, what is my preposition? At is my preposition. So I'm going to put that as an object of the preposition. The mother laughed at what? What the children were doing. So here it is the object of a preposition. Except that he shouts. Okay, except that he shouts, he is an excellent teacher. So we know how do we do with the object of a preposition. Now, as the complement of the verb be. Now let us understand how do we do it. He is not what he pretends to be. To be, okay? So it is used as a complement to be. Life is what we make it. Life is what we make it. Now, in its position to a noun or it. All of us accept. Yes, yesterday we did accept and accept. So now all of us know, it's very clear to all of us what is the difference between accept and accept. All of us accept the theory that the earth is round. Yes, we all have accepted. It is strange that he doesn't know his own name. He doesn't know his own name. Okay. Now what are we going to move towards our adjective clauses? What are our adjective clauses? You know what is an adjective, right? All of you know what is an adjective. An adjective is a word that describes the noun. Yes, it describes the noun. And we have done in my earlier lectures. How do we do, Darshan? Welcome to the class. Yes, I'm trying my best to give you the sound as much as I can, but I guess there is some issue. But yes, we will definitely be solving that. Let me try with my earphones. I did take them out for a while, but let me try with them again. I hope I'm able to do it properly. Okay. I hope this is better now. I'm trying to speak as much as loudly as I can, and I hope I don't want any one of you to miss anything. Okay, adjective clause, sorry for that. Okay, adjective clause may be introduced by relative pronouns and adverbs. Yes, they can be introduced by relative pronouns. We have done what are relative pronouns and adverbs. Yes, we all know what are adverbs also. Just the way a noun is described by an adjective, the adverbs, the verbs are described by adverbs. Okay, so now what are we going to do? We are going to understand the relative pronouns that may be used. What are my relative pronouns? Okay, who, whom, whose, which, that. Now all these are my relative pronouns, and I'm going to put examples so that you understand how they are used. This is the dog which bit my mom. Okay, so now I'm going to continue my sentence. My relative pronoun and my clause is going to be, this is the dog. How am I saying? I'm explaining which dog which bit my mom. So I am giving the explanation of which dog, the dog which bit my mom. So that is explaining, that is describing the dog. So it's my adjective clause over here. Now, he is a man whom we all respect. Yes, The man over here, the man whom we all respect. So now again I'm describing the man, my noun. Here is my noun. Okay, and I'm describing him who we all respect, relative. Okay, now here is the bag. Now here he and this and here, all these are my pronouns because I am talking of them as pronouns. Which dog? This dog. Here is the bag that I bought yesterday. That I bought yesterday. Okay, so that is what I am giving the explanation for noun clauses, adjective clauses. Now, the relative adverbs that may be used. Now I am going to use relative adverbs. What are my relative adverbs? When, where, why, as. Now these are all my relative adverbs which I am going to use. The reason why we left is not known. Okay. So the reason why we left is not known. Okay, now why we left? So that left, leaving the place is my verb and how I am explaining is not known. So what happens? The why, it is my clause over here. The time when the movie will start is not known. Okay, now the time when, yes, when is the clause that I am going to use over here, and the movie will start is not known. I am adding that clause to the sentence and so it makes sense. Now, as is used, okay, this is as. As is used in adjective clauses when the antecedent noun is qualified by some or such. Now, this is some or such. The servants eat the same kind of food as the members of the family. Okay, as the members of the family. So that is my clause over here. As I added as and added the whole sentence to that. Now I have such friends. Okay, I have such friends as will stick to me through thick and thin. Now, I hope we all know what is thick and thin. Yes, what is thick and thin? Thick and thin is, stand with me in my good times, bad times, in my difficult times, and my happy times. So, going to be there in thick and thin. Yes, thick denotes a good time and thin denotes a bad time. So, yes, now who, whom, and whose are used to refer to persons. Now, as I said, there are little rules in grammar and there are exceptions, which is what I say every day. So, generally, when we say who, whom, and whose, it refers to persons. And which, okay, which refers to things and animals. When I want to talk about an animal or something, I am going to say which dog, which watch was kept. Okay, now, and that over here is that refers to things and animals as well. So I can use which also for my things and animals, and I can also use that for my things and animals. So, and sometimes to persons as well. Now this is the exception. So when I said generally it is who, whom, and whose which is referred, but sometimes you can use which also for person. So that is the exception. Okay. Now, when the relative pronoun stands for the direct object, it may be omitted. We can omit that. Yes, we can omit. Omit means we cannot add that. The sentence can go without. omission, can go without. What is the other word for? I can. Now, this is the beggar. So now when I talk about the beggar, what do I say? Whom or that. I said there are exceptions. So what I say? This is the beggar whom or that I saw yesterday. This is a beggar who I saw yesterday, or it is a beggar that I saw yesterday. Now, this is the book which I can put which over here, or I can put that. So this is the clause with which I am going to add. This is the book which I lost yesterday. This is the book that I lost yesterday. Okay. Now, what are we going to move to? When the relative pronoun is the object of a preposition, the relative may be omitted. As I said in the earlier one, if it is with a preposition, it may be omitted. In this case, the preposition is placed after the verb. Okay. So, where can I place my preposition? After the verb. Now, let us look for that in the sentences. This is the house in which she used to live. Okay, now here I am adding which she used to live. Now, this is the house she used to live in. I am changing my sentence and I am making it into this is the house in which she used to live. This is the house she used to live in. Now, the second example for what we did, the lady about whom you were speaking is my auntie. Yes, the lady who you were speaking about. Now, speaking over here is my verb. So, this is how it relates to the, and after that, about is my auntie. So, that becomes my clause. Okay, now moving on to non-defining adjective clauses. Non-defining adjective clauses are introduced by the relative pronouns who, which, whom, and by the phrase whose plus a noun. They can also be introduced by relative adverbs where and when. Okay. Now, they are separated by the rest of the sentence by commas. So, whenever you want to separate one idea with another one or put different ideas, I have already done my lesson for punctuation. So, by now you know where all do we put commas. They do not define the noun but merely give some information about the person or thing that is referred to. Now, as and when we do examples, this idea is going to be very, very clear in our minds. My grandfather, who lives in Chennai, writes every week. Now, I have put down my commas and I have tried to put down the idea separately. My grandfather, who lives in Chennai, writes every week. Okay, so my friend Mona. Okay, now I'm going to talk about my friend Mona, whom I haven't seen for years, is coming home next week. Do you see how I have separated my sentences with the commas and how I have added clauses over here? Finland, where I spent my last holidays, contains numerous lakes. Yes, Finland is a country with lots of lakes. So, last vacation I spent my holidays, which contains numerous lakes. Okay, now as we have done this, we are going to move to a small tiny exercise. As we do every day we have a small tiny exercise, and now I want all of you to give me answers for this small tiny exercise. Complete the sentence with who, whom, which, that, in which, on which. Let's see which word is going to go where in this exercise and understand how well we understood our clauses. Okay, Now that's my exercise. What does my exercise have? First of all, I'm going to read out the sentences to all of you, and after that, you all are going to give me the answers. You are going to write one, and next to that, you are going to write one and which is the answer. Let me see how many of you are going to give me the correct answers. There are many places dash we haven't visited. He is a man dash we all respect. This is the man dash son who won the first prize in the exams. This is the garden dash he worked. The man dash we saw yesterday was ill. Okay, now all of you are going to attempt this. Try and attempt this and try to put the clause which is going to be for these sentences. Let me see how many of you are able to put the word out here. I'm going to wait for just a minute till I just have a sip of water, and after that I'm going to again start correcting, giving you the answers, and see how many of you are able to put the correct words over here. Okay, so now that I am back, let me see. Now the first sentence, I'm going to give you the answers. There are many places dash we haven't visited. There are many places that we haven't visited. Again, let's go on to the next one. He is a man dash we all respect. He is a man who we all respect. My third sentence, this is the man dash son won the first prize in the exams. Yes, soon your parents are going to be told this when you are going to crack the gate with flying colors. Yes, this is the man whose son, yes, whose son won the first prize. This is the garden dash he worked. Now, where he worked, or you can say in which he worked. Okay, the man dash we saw yesterday. The man whom we saw yesterday. Okay, now, wasn't that very simple? Yes? Absolutely simple. Fine. Now, let us move on to the infinitive with to. Is often used as the equivalent of an adjective clause. Yes, these are a few rules coming up for grammar, which becomes very easy once we start solving the examples and we put the best word or the word that fits the best appropriate. So, okay, now give me some food which I may eat. The infinitive with to, as I said, to is often used as the equivalent, just equal to the adjective clause. Now, give me some food. Now I'm explaining, give me some food which I may eat. Now this I'm adding to put up my clause over here. Which food which I may eat. Give me some food to eat. Where I want to remove this, which I may, I just put food to eat. Now I'm replacing this by to. As I said, infinitive with to is equivalent to an adjective clause. So my to over here is equivalent to which I may eat. So I can simply write to eat. Similarly, another example, I have work which I must complete. I can simply say I have work to complete. Okay. So this is how we can change the sentences by just adding in to and keeping the meaning same, of course. Now, we are going to do adverb clauses. So now what we have understood by so far, we have done noun clauses, and we have done adjective clauses. And now the third one, we are going to do adverb clauses. Now, adverb clauses, this is going to be adverb. It's going to be adverb clauses. Yes, we have quite a lot of adverb clauses. They are all of different types. Now we are going to understand the different types of adverb clauses, and then again we have a small exercise coming up your way. Okay, very easy to understand, since the adverb clauses in a complex sentence is a subordinates clauses which does the work of an adverb. It can be of any of the following kinds. As I said, that they can be any of the kinds. Now, what are the any of the kinds? How many? Oh yes, we have 9 type of adverb clauses. But don't be scared, don't get afraid. These are absolutely simple, and each of the adverb clause has certain words which we are going to put, which is going to make it absolutely simple and easy to understand all the 9 types. Now, what are the 9 types? We have time, we have place, we have manner, we have cause. Cause is the reason. We say cause or reason. The purpose, that is why. The result, what is the result or the consequences. The comparison, when we compare two things, we call it a comparison. Condition, if. Okay, the word condition immediately puts the word if to your mind. Okay, now supposition or concession. So when you give a little bit of concession to your thoughts. Now let us understand these things, and then we are going to go on a small exercise. Okay. The first one that we have, adverb clause of time. Adverb clause of time are introduced by subordinating conjunctions. Yes, subordinating conjunctions like, what are we going to use? When, whenever, as, after, since, before, and till. Yes, adverb clause of time. We can put all these words and we can find out the adverb clause of time. She came after darkness had fallen. That is the example. So I am using the adverb clause of time. Time. When? When I say time, what the question am I asking? When? When did she come? After darkness had fallen. So that is the answer. Moving on to the second example. Before you leave this place, bring me some food. Okay, so now where am I using it? Right at the beginning of the sentence. Before you leave this place. So clauses can be in the beginning of the sentence, in the middle of the sentence. So you have to look in for the different. This is the adverb clause of time. When? When? Before. Okay, the children danced while the Pied Piper played. Okay, children danced while the Pied Piper played. Now this is, I think, no, this example is not going to be here. So let us move on. This is not adverb clause of time. So let us just, okay, we can move on to the next one. Adverb clause of place. Now we are going to look for a place. Which place? Okay, she returned whence she came. Now, how many of you know what is whence? Yes? This is something which we do not use in our everyday life. We don't speak about whence and whither. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to put you. Whence is going to be from where. Whence did you come? From where did you come? And for whither, whither I can say could be a kind of why. Yes, whither can be a kind of why. Now let me introduce you the examples and let us see now. For whither I can put up a sentence. Wait, I'm going to put up a sentence. They, they all went without knowing whither They all went without knowing whither they were going. So why they were going, they did not know. And whence I have an example over here. She returned whence she came. She returned from where she came. Okay. Where the cat went, the kittens followed. Like wherever the cat. Wherever the cat went, the kittens followed behind her. So this is the place where. Now, we have the adverb clause for manner. How, in which way. Manner means in which way or how. These are introduced by subordinating conjunctions like as if, and though. Now, let us see the examples. As you sow, so shall you reap. Now, this is something which is very known and very common to all of you. The saying which says, as you sow, so shall you reap. You are going to get what you do. You do bad to somebody and the bad comes back. Okay. So, moving on to the next one. He was walking as if he was in a hurry. Yes, he was walking as if he was in a hurry. Do as I tell you. What do I say? I'm giving you an order. Do as I tell you. She behaved as if she was rich. So these are all my adverb clauses which I am using to continue and join the sentences with. Now, adverb clause of cause or reason. Yes. Now we are going to give a cause. The word cause of course remind me of because. Okay, because. Why? These are introduced by subordinating conjunctions like because, as, since, and that. Now let me see how and when do I put them in my sentences. I am extremely happy that you have come. So now my adverb clause over here for cause or reason is, why am I happy? I am extremely happy that you have come. Okay. She left because she was getting late. What was the reason? She left because. So that is a cause, or you may call it a reason. She left because she was getting late. Since she says so, I must believe it. Yes, because she is saying it, I am going to believe her. Since she says so, I may believe it. So that is our adverb clause for cause or reason. Isn't it very simple? Okay, now adverb clause for purpose. My purpose for doing this. These are introduced by subordinating conjunctions like that. So how am I going to use that over here? I'm going to put it in order that, or I can use so that. And one more is going to be lest. You are not going to pass lest you work hard. Okay. Now, let us see the examples over here. We may eat that we may live. Why do we have to eat? Just to live. Yes. And there are people who just live to eat. Yes, of course. Okay, now we may eat that we may live. So we need to eat to survive. Okay, and note this down so that you may not forget it. Like I was just talking about timetables in the beginning of the lecture. So this, of course, go with it. Note this down. We need to put down notes of whatever we have done, whatever we have understood. So that notes are very important for reference. Yes, for any kind of reference that we want to do in future, notes are very, very important. And when we set up a timetable, it's going to be very easy. We can also keep on ticking them whenever we finish. Like when we finish, when we set up a time 6 to 7. And what were we going to do? We were going to do a little bit of, say, topic of soil mechanics. Okay. we were going to do soil mechanics, and yes, we did said that, but did we do it? No. So when the time goes and we haven't done that, what do we do in 6 to 7? We simply sat down with our mobile fidgeting and looking at the social media and wasted the time. So what did we do? Next day, we put a cross over here. Now when we put a cross over there, we know that this was time wasted. So this time wasted and this cross is going to act as a motivation for the next day. This is going to be your motivation for the next day, so that you know that was time wasted and tomorrow I don't have to repeat this same thing. Now let us come back to our sentence. Note this down so that you may not forget it. Okay. Now work hard lest you should fail. Work hard or you will be failing. Yes, that always happens. So to get success or pass, all of us need to work hard. Work hard is very important. Now, adverb clause of result or consequences. So we have done time, we have done place, we have done manner, we have done reason. And now what are we doing? Purpose. Now we are doing the result. Now, okay, now the clause of result or consequences. These are introduced by subordinating conjunctions that generally preceded by so or such in the main clause, but the conjunction is sometimes understood. Okay, now let us understand the example. He is so brave that he is not afraid of anyone. Okay, and I spoke in such a way that he understood me. Yes, do you understand? This is a clause of result. Result. What happened? What was the result? He was so brave that he was not afraid of anyone. Not being afraid of anyone is the result of being so brave. And over here, I spoke in such a way. Which way? That everyone understood me. So the result was that everyone understood me very easily. Okay, now comparison. Now that we come to the word comparison, let me tell you something. For our exams, like for pass or fail, we are a lot of times compared with our fellow students, with our siblings, with all those who are doing really well. So what happens is when we are compared to somebody, it just puts us kind of down. Yes, it does put us down sometimes if we take this negatively. Sometimes by comparison, what happens is that we feel a little bit down that I am not going to be able to reach that level. So comparison, first of all, should be avoided, and if at all done, take it positively. Yes. So now let us move on to this. Yes, when I give you a small motivation lecture, a friendly advice that is going to be soon next week for your gate, I'm going to discuss about lot of things like this which may be coming into your mind. When will I do? How will I do? What if I'm not able to crack? What next? Yes, we are going to talk about lot of things like that in one of my coming lectures. Yes, okay. Now, adverb clause of comparison. Now, here this comparison is necessary because it cannot be avoided. Of degree. Yes, comparison of degree are introduced by one of the subordinated conjunctions or relative adverb as than. Now in my yesterday's lecture, I have done the explanation of the difference between than and. Then, yes, the difference between that and then is very important. I did words often confused yesterday, and in that I explained when to use that and when to put then. Okay, as now we have, for comparison, we have again one or two rules. As denoting degree is generally accompanied by as or so in the main clause. Okay, now she is as clever as she is beautiful. Okay, it is compared. So how is it compared? As beautiful, as clever as. So comparing that she is beautiful is compared by as clever as. Okay, now my next sentence. Aditi is not so foolish as you think. So Aditi is not so foolish as you think. Okay, now the word than is always accompanied by a comparative adjective or adverb. Now, when I say comparative, let me put in some word which will explain what is comparative. Yes, I am definitely going to do degrees of comparison soon. And what is a comparison? A comparative. Comparative is going to be big, bigger, biggest. So now this is my comparative, the degree of comparison. And this happens when do I use this? Between two. Okay, when the comparison is between two. So this or this, then, more than is always accompanied by a comparative adjective or adverb, or by words like other in the main clause. Okay, words like other. She is younger than she looks. So what does this mean? She looks what? She looks old. But she is younger than what she looks. Okay, so what are we comparing? Her looks, young and old. What is the comparison done? The old word is not mentioned over here, but it is understood that the comparison is done between her looks of young and old. So than is the word, younger than. Yes, we are using than with a comparative. No one is better a judge than he is. So he is a better judge of the others. Better a judge than he is. Okay, so now let us go on to the next one. That is our adverb clause of condition. These are generally introduced by subordinating conjunctions like if, unless, whether. So now what is it? The condition that is put, like if you do this, I am going to give you a reward. Unless you finish the work, you are not leaving the house. Okay? So this is a condition that has been put. So the condition, the clause which is used to put up conditions. If I were you, I would accept the offer. Yes, if I were you. So somebody is not accepting an offer. So I advise the person that if I were you, I would definitely accept the offer. Now, unless it rains, the crops will fail. Now, what is it over here? Unless. So, it has to rain for the crops to grow well. Or else. Else what will happen? They will fail. So, unless, it's a condition. This is a condition. Unless it rains, I must try whether I succeed or not. Now, this is something very, very important for all of us. We have to keep on trying. Yes, we keep on trying whether I succeed or not. But here, what are we going to give importance to? Succeed. We all want to succeed. Yes. Okay. So now we are going to coming to an example. Sometimes the subordinating conjunction is omitted. Now I'm not using that at all in the adverb clause of condition. Okay, now the subordinate clause may not be used at all in the case of condition. Now how? Had I not seen her smoking with my own eyes, I would not believe it. So now, if I am putting an adverb, I am not putting over here, else I would not believe, or I would not believe something which is a clause which is going to join. I don't use a clause. I'm using just one comma, and I have omitted the clause. Had I not seen her smoking with my own eyes, I would not believe. Okay, so that is another way of writing the sentence by omitting the clause. Sometimes they are introduced by whatever, whichever, however. Now, whatever you say, I am not going to believe. Yes, I am not going to believe. He will never succeed however hard he tries. Now, this is a very negative sentence. Yes, he will never succeed however he tries. No, everyone is going to succeed. Yes, okay. Now, adverb clause of supposition or concession. Yes, concession. These are introduced by subordinating conjunctions like although, though, even if. Now these are suppositions or concessions. Though he was rich, he was not happy. So one thing, it is not necessary to be. Yes, it is not necessary to be rich to be happy. That is what is the funda of life. Okay, now these are introduced by subordinating conjunctions like although, though, even, and if. Though he was rich, he was not happy. Although it rained, we went out. So, yes, I also love to go out in the rains. In fact, I love to go out when it rains. Okay, now, even if I fail, I shall not give up. Yes, even if. Now, these are all three examples of how we are going to put the adverb clause of concession. Now, that's a small exercise that we are going to do. Complete using adverb clauses. Now we have done adverb clauses of how many did we do? We did time, we did place, we did manner, we did purpose, we did reason, we did condition, we did concession. Yes, we did all 9 types of adverbs, and now I am going to put up this exercise where you are going to put up the sentence completing this. Okay, now how are we going to do this? Let us at least try a little bit. Now these are my sentences and what I want you to do. I have put over here, I want these particular adverbs to go in the sentence. Okay, so now that we have these adverbs, we know which the adverb stands for, and we are going to try to complete the sentence with those adverbs. Yes, we are going to try and complete the sentence with those adverbs. Okay, so now what are we going to do? My first sentence, he was allowed to go. Now I want an adverb of place. Place. Now what was my adverb of place? Okay. Now when I said adverb of place is like where, wherever. Yes, I remember. Okay, so now he was allowed to go wherever he wanted to. Yes, if I want to finish my sentence with the clause putting place. So I'm I'm going to put wherever he wanted to. He died. Yes, now this is a cause. So what is the cause? Simple. I said cause would remind you of because. Now what can I put over here? He died because of COVID. Yes, a sad situation though. The prince walked, manner. In which way? The prince walked, manner. How? As if. Okay, the prince walked as if he was sick. It looked like he's not feeling well. So he walked as if he was sick. Now, we couldn't play the match. The reason why? Yes, why? Because we couldn't play the match because it started raining. That was my reason. Aditi has not seen her mom. Time. Yes, time. So, what is it going to be? What time? Aditi has not seen. So, it's going to be not seen since a very long time. Okay, now, Jack studies hard. Why do we study hard? What is our purpose to study hard? Jack studies hard so that he may acquire or say achieve or get a scholarship. Okay, that's what scholarship. Okay, now there was so much noise, and what are we going to do? This is going to be for the result. Yes, adverb of result. There was so much noise. We say such that or so that. So there was so much noise such that the speaker could not be heard or we could not hear him. Mary speaks English better. Comparison. Yes, when we did comparison. So what is it going to be? Then Mary speaks English better than her friend or her mom or her siblings. Yes, siblings are your brothers and sisters. So that's her siblings. Dash, you can still do better. Now, that is a condition. Yes. Now, what can be the condition? You can still do better. So, what can be the condition? Now, here I can put although also and I can put though also. Now, although you did well, you can still do better. Although you did well, you can still do better. Okay. So now this was our small exercise to solve all the kinds of adverb clauses. That is the second topic that I was talking about. Yesterday we did one very interesting topic, that was words confused and or misused. Okay, and today we are going to do about some common errors. Yes, these are some common errors that we use in our speaking a lot of times and we never even realize what wrong we are speaking. So I'm going to show you the incorrect way. This part is the incorrect way and this is the correct way how to speak them. This is incorrect. When we write our letters, what do? Your affectionately. Now it has to be yours affectionately. Now here we write yours affectionate son, which has to be your affectionate son. Now, most of the times we use the word returned back, or we use the word revert back. Yes, I also explained revert back. To revert is to get back. To return is to get back. That meaning is to get back. So we do not use the back over here. What do we say? He has just returned from Delhi. Yes. So now whenever you are going to use this word the next time, do remember we are not going to say return back. We are going to say returned from Delhi. The sceneries of Himachal Pradesh. Why? Because we are talking of lot of sceneries. So we are not going to use this word. It's a wrong word. The scenery of Himachal Pradesh is, okay, not are. Is charming, whether we talk of one or whether we talk of many. Many worth seeing places. Himachal Pradesh has many worth seeing places. No, it is not that way. It is places worth seeing. Okay, it has places worth seeing. John refused an invitation. Now, this is something we need to understand. Invitation. Invitation is something we decline. We don't refuse. When do we use the word refuse? I'll show you when we use the word refuse. So what do we use? So, decline an invitation. And the other words, the wrong ones and the right ones. Do you like these poetries? Yes, how many of you have used this word? Do you like poetries? It's never ever poetries. Either you say poems or you can say poetry. Do you like these poems? Okay, or this poetry? Ashok denied to work. Now here is what when I said denied. Okay, denied is no work. It's work. So you refuse. Okay, he refused to work. The news are interesting. If any of you have done my previous lectures, I said news is always written in plural. Yes, written in plural. But the use of singular. Whether it's one news or many news, we never say new. So it is going to be not are, but it's going to be is interesting. He came with his family members. This is what we normally speak. He came with his family members. No, he came with the members of his family. She has gone to the temple to offer her prayers. No, offer. We do not offer prayers, we say prayers. What do we offer? We offer snacks or we offer flowers. Yes, when we have something, that is what we can offer, right? His older brother is in the army. No, it's not older, never. It's elder brother. Yes, we always say elder, never older. Now, again, one more set of incorrect and the correct way. Which is the best of the two? The best. Best comes when you are going to compare in lots of things. Yes, best has to be lots of things. Or you can say from everything. Better, as I said, comparative. The degree of comparison. So it's between the two. So what do I say? Which is the better of the two? She is my oldest daughter. No, she is my eldest. And one more. This reminds me of something. When we say oldest daughter, some people also say she is my smallest daughter. क्योंकि हम क्या बोलते हैं हिंदी में, हम क्या बोलते हैं, ये मेरी सबसे छोटी बेटी है. सो क्या करते हैं हम उसको सीधा सा इंग्लिश में ट्रांसलेट करके क्या बोलते हैं, ये मेरी, दिस इज माई स्मॉलेस्ट डॉटर. नो, इट इज नॉट द स्मॉलेस्ट. व्हाट आर वी गोइंग टू से? शी इज माई youngest daughter. Okay, चलो It is at page 6. At, it's not at, it's not a place. It is on. कहाँ है? पेज के ऊपर, on the page. We are also not going to use in the page. It cannot be in the page. Yes, it can be in the book, because it becomes inside, in the book, yes, but on the page. These are very small things, but yes, we need to pay attention to these things when we are talking. So that is a correct way of talking. How many sons she has? Sorry, I missed one. He sent a word that he was coming. A word, no, it has to be he sent word that he was coming. And how many sons she has? What do we ask? How many sons has she? It's not going to be she has, it's going to be has she. And they were all there but I. When I talk about a group of friends, when I want to say they were all there but I. No, it's never going to be but I. It's going to be they were all there but me. It's going to be but me. So, these were some words which we use very incorrectly, and the way we are going to use them correctly. And now, one more set. Which one of these pens are yours? Which one of these pens is yours? It cannot be R just because you are using these pens. But what am I asking about? Actually, what am I asking about? Which one? Yes, I'm asking for one. So, this R relates to one. This is related to one over here. So, which one is yours? Okay. I and she are good friends. We never put I before anyone else. So, what do we do? She and I. Yes, what do we say? She and I are very good friends. Okay, now, don't make noise. That's what we very often speak. But the correct way to say is don't make a noise. Okay, and this tastes well. No, it is not well. It can be this tastes good. The taste can be good or bad. It cannot be well. Okay, now, he only died a week ago. No, that is not the way we speak. He died only a week ago. Okay, so these are some very simple but very correct ways of speaking incorrect that we keep doing. And with this, I end my lecture today, and thank you very much to all of you to be here with me today. Yes, yet another try to make a good smiley. That is what I keep doing every day. And as I already told you, what are you going to do? Download Unacademy. Follow me. And yes, if you have really liked the lecture today, please do like that, subscribe to the lectures, and yes, take the most benefit that you can from our CS team, and yes, many more top educators of India who are here at Unacademy to give you the best guidance. Okay, so I will see you tomorrow with yet another lovely topic. Yes, Saturday and Sunday, as I already told, Saturday and Sunday we are going to have previously asked questions. Okay, so let me see you all tomorrow again, and bye for today.